Puerto Rico officials said Friday that at least 6 people were confirmed dead after Hurricane Maria, which caused devastation on the island and left it entirely without electricity. 3 of the fatalities occurred in the municipality of Utuado as a result of mudslides, the U.S. territory's public safety department said in a statement. 2 others died in flooding in Toa Baja, and 1 other person died in Bayamon when a panel struck him in the head. More deaths are likely to be reported in the coming hours and days, officials said. We are aware of other reports of fatalities that have transpired by unofficial means, but we cannot confirm them, said the Secretary of the Department of Public Safety, Hector Pesquera. The reports are the latest indication of the damage inflicted by Hurricane Maria, the most powerful storm to strike the island in more than 80 years and the 3rd major hurricane to batter parts of the Caribbean and the United States this season. Maria also pummeled parts of the U.S. Virgin Islands, lashed Turks and Caicos Friday morning and took aim at the Bahamas, where it could dump as much as 20 inches of rain. Damaging floods continued to plague Puerto Rico in Maria's wake, hampering rescue missions and making it difficult for officials to survey the full extent of the destruction. Authorities have not yet been able to reach or contact some remote communities, in part because of the power outages and damage to communication systems, including cell phone towers and landlines. Initial reports and images from the capital of San Juan and elsewhere show standing water enveloping the first floor of many homes, and enormous downed trees crisscrossing major roadways. The winds from the storm, which registered a powerful Category 4 when the eye crossed onto shore, ripped roofs off buildings and blew out windows. But the shock has given way to frayed nerves as officials warned residents that it could be months before power is restored. People queued at the gas stations to fuel cars as well as generators. Residents unable to reach family members in remote areas took to the roadways to try to find them, only to meet downed trees and other obstacles left from the storm. News was particularly scarce from the southern and central parts of the island, as well the tiny island of Vieques. On Radio Isla Friday morning, Governor Ricardo Rosello urged residents to stay in their homes. It's still not safe in the roads. There's still a great deal of flooding, he said. Now is not the time, unless it's an emergency, to be on the roads. He said that Puerto Rican residents and civilians have been essential in the rescue and recovery efforts. That solidarity is how we're going to be able to get people out of danger and help lift Puerto Rico out of this, he said. The enormity of what they had just been through, and what was yet to come, appeared to be sinking in for many people, including those who considered themselves hurricane hardened. The storm was something, said Geraldo Ramirez, 36, a resident of the La Perla neighborhood of San Juan. I was here for Hurricane Georges back in '98, and that was hard to believe, how badly it affected the island. But this, Maria, was something altogether different. I don't even have the words. Ramirez lives in a small, 3-story purple house near the waterfront on Calle San Miguel with a sister, her husband and their 2 children. His house, a sturdy cinder block structure, was built 17 years ago, and did not suffer much structural damage. Still, rain and ocean water found its way into every room in his house. Asked when the power would likely return to his small neighborhood, he answered, without hesitating, 3 or 4 months, at least. Maybe 6. He added, but it's okay, we will make do. We've are used to it and it's always the same. Georges, Hugo, we lose power and we lose water. But we know how to survive.